Hello everyone. In this video I will be going over the things I've done this week, which was pretty much just yesterday. But so first I want to go over what all I did. I fixed the dividing slash, so instead of moving forward, the player will be pushed backwards. And then I created a new, I guess I'll show it first actually. I created a new variation of the shotgun that has bigger bullets and like a wider spread. So like, they don't all hit the enemy. And then here's the, as you can see, then here's the slash. See how the player pushes backwards to going forward, and I made it a little quicker just so the player can move out of it faster. Yeah, I think it looks a lot better honestly, and it doesn't push you inside like of the enemies. It actually just lets you escape better, which is always good. And then I created two new secondaries, slime punch and slime swipe. And here they are real quick. The punch is pretty cool actually. So here's the punch. It's a little punch. Obviously there's no animations for it yet, but I think it'll look pretty cool once it gets to that point. And then here's the swipe. Obviously it's not supposed to be like just that, but it'll get better. Then, I don't think the knockback works well with this enemy. Well, hang on. I'm going to try it with a golem because that actually works. The knockback works a lot better on the golem. All right, punch. Flies back because it's a big punch. And then here's the swipe. So this type of like keeping distance. Punch obviously make them fly back, and of course the activation time and the cooldown is gonna be different for this because you can kind of spam it around, but that's for a later me. Yep. There's that. And before I jump into code, I want to quickly show the prefabs. So the wide pellet is just the same thing as the small one, except it's just bigger. I think that's pretty much it for that. And then the punch, just a normal little capsule. But the thing I had the most problem, or biggest problem was with the slime swipe, which, as you can see here, it's actually two objects. So the slime swipe has the actual script on it. In the child of it has the actual collision and the damage dealing. It took me a very long time to figure that out. This could also be used for the whip, which I looked into the whip and it didn't have any like actual code to actually work, so I don't know. But yeah, so I'm gonna quickly jump over to Visual Studio and start off with the wide mono. I think it's the exact same as the normal shotgun. The only difference is in Unity. In Unity, it just has a spread angle of 35 instead of it being 20. That's it. It's the same, pretty much the same code. But I wanted to go ahead and make a different mono just in case, like down the line, we make changes to it. But yeah, that was that. And then The dividing slash, I had to where it had push player forward. Now I changed it to push player backward, and it's pretty close to the same thing, but it pushes negative instead of positive. So it pushes the player backwards. And the next thing I did was the punch, which wasn't too difficult. I used a lot of the things from the dividing slash. It's very similar to dividing slash, but the punch is different to where it just doesn't go as far, and it doesn't last as long, I guess. But yeah, and then here was the hard part, the swipe mono. So it also has the push player forward. What am I doing? This doesn't have cooldown on it. I just realized that. But the swipe mono doesn't. Okay, well, I'm losing my thought here. So it pushes the player forward just like the punch does. But right here, I wanted the starting point because when it would spawn in front of the player. So it would only do like half the rotation. So I wanted to go start on the right side of the player and like swipe across its face instead of it doing only half the motion. So I created a starting point, which in you need to make more sense instead of trying to explain it on my little camera. So in the once it loads, so when it's used, as you can see, it starts on like the right side of the little puddles here. Before it was starting right in the middle of them and just going halfway, which I did not like. I guess I can show what it looked like. So it would be like this, and it would only swipe in the front of them, which is obviously not a swipe. So I created that to fix that issue. And then everything else is the same over here. And then going to swipe, this is what's on the actual prefab, and then this is what's on like the child of it. So this basically is just the movement where it rotates around the player. The reason why I couldn't get this itself to actually rotate and damage the player is because the rotation on an object would always be in the center. So it would have like two swipes around the player, and it didn't look right. I only wanted one in front of it, so I just did this. This handles the rotation, and then this will handle the actual damage and knockback to the enemy. As you can see here, I think that's all. I think everything works well. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else. I'll show it again. Punch. And then swipe. I hope this is the correct way of doing these abilities. Kind of going off what I interpreted. But that is all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.